Suarez, Jordan.
This father and son duo came from North Carolina to see tonight's game. Diego is a Warrior fan. Dad, not so much.
We're getting along so far because everything's going my way. Too big, too strong. Really need the crowd behind us. That's why I'm here, to give us that extra boost and get us over the hump. Take total control tonight.
We're coming back tonight. We're going to tie it up 2-2, go back to Golden State, then 3-2, and then we're going to control the series.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark. And y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on Pick'em Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
Suarez, Jordan.
I pick 'em like a pro, global Trump ball, talking pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team champions when you walk through the hall. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. I pick 'em like a pro, global Trump ball, talking pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team champions when you walk through the hall. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. Yeah, this is a major play. We do it big in a major way. Diego be having the pick of the day. Here we come, don't care if you ready. We them boys, the gold is heavy. Top picks like cheese, no shredded. Number one is where we headed. I'm a grizzly and bear like Desmond. I'm a Steeler, no saint, no reverend. Making plays is our profession. Do it big, it's now or never. I got game like I'm moving clever. We be reaching all different levels. Never breaking, we hitting the pedal. Right on time, we riding on schedule. I pick 'em like a pro, global Trump ball, talking pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team champions when you walk through the hall. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. I pick 'em like a pro, global Trump ball, talking pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team champions when you walk through the hall. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. Yeah. Come join the winning team. Winner circle. Pick 'em pros.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derek Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
I'm Christopher Davis.
And who are we?
We're the Pick'em Pros.
We are the Pick'em Pros, coming back at you in the house with a special episode of Who You Got. Father-son dynamic duo. Our main man, Christopher Davis, and our homegirl, Bryanna, will be joining us soon. How y'all doing today?
Doing good, man. With 3-1 on my picks.
Okay,
you had another awful record for the divisional round. What can you remind us what that was?
He went 2-2.
Don't worry, and you know what?
See, it wasn't 2-2.
See,
he went
look.
Oh, no.
We just need one.
Was it 1-3?
Yeah, the Rams
okay.
the Rams
and 2
just
weeks from
one
now,
and only one.
2 weeks from now, Super Bowl week, I only need one. All right, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about getting the right one. It's all about the right one. And I will have the right one. So that's all that matters, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You better pick what I pick, because I'm 3-0.
But you did. You went 3-1. That was a good week. Christopher Davis went 5-1 the first week. Okay. And then this next week, what were you? What was it? 2-2? Okay, respectable, not bad. I think Bree went 2-2, but elephant in the room. Okay, I don't want to bury the lead. It was all about the Ravens game. All about the Ravens game. So, man, but hey, shout out to everybody. Thanks for joining us. This is going to be a great show. We're definitely going to talk about the Ravens, Chris's Ravens, Chris's Lamar Jackson. We're going to find out what happened there. We were joined at the hip for that game, enjoying that game. So we'll talk about that. I may or may not have messed you up and jinxed you on that one. We'll go into that game. Man, we're going to talk about the Lions loss. That was heartbreaking loss for so many people. So that was a tough one. So we'll talk about that one. Sorry to the Detroit fam. We know that was rough. Well, we're also going to talk about all the coaching changes that's going on. The Jets, why do they keep hiring defensive coordinators? We're going to talk about that. Pete Carroll just signed with the Raiders. We've got the Cowboys interviewed Coach Schottenheimer. Okay, interesting. We've got NBA, a few quick NBA topics that we'll dive into. And then, come on now, main event. It is NFL Championship Week. We're going to get into the Commanders-Eagles game. We're going to get into the Chiefs-Bills game. It's going to be phenomenal. All right. And then, of course, we'll end with Brandon and get his take on who's going to the Super Bowl. So, man, y'all ready for a fire show here?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
ready.
All right. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and start off. And hey, shout out, keep the comments coming. But again, if you want to interact with us, send a question. And Summer will keep that up on the screen for us, and we'll answer your question. So you might have a question for Chris here on this segment. So bring all the questions here for Chris so we can talk to our main man. But you know what? I'm gonna put you on ice, Chris. I'm gonna make you wait for just a few more seconds. Diego, man, what happened? Man, what happened in that game? Who's to blame? Break it down
I
for
think
us.
a game like this, the blame is to go around. Lamar Jackson, of course, sold in the first half, having the big fumble, and then that interception. I don't know where he's throwing. He was throwing it right to the DB's hands. Yeah, so it was him in the first half. Second half had Mark Andrews with that fumble, and then the drop at the end of the game. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's blame to go around here. But don't forget about Lamar, though. Do not forget about him.
Okay. Don't forget about Lamar. Blame to go all around. And so I'm looking at my phone. I think David Cook, he's our fantasy football champion. He looks like he may be able to join us mid-show and show off the first ever Thompson Trophy. So he's messaging me. I'm going to try to get him the link so he can join us midstream. We'll have a surprise visit from him. So if I'm looking down at that, I'm trying to get him the information so he can join us. But all right. So David, if you're watching, stay tuned. I'm gonna get you that link in a minute. All right. But Chris, man, dude, we're gonna give you the floor, man. What happened? What happened to your guys, man?
All right. So real quick, to Ravens fans and Lamar fans, please stop trying to act like turnovers in the first half don't matter. That's the one thing that has kind of ticked me off, just seeing everybody be like, oh no, but he turned the ball over. It was in the first half. It didn't matter. That's the reason why they got buried down 21-10. Now, did he play a flawless MVP quarter and Mark Andrews fumble and drop that 2-point conversion? Yes. But again, why were they in the position to lose? So, honestly, 68% of the blame is going on Lamar. Because, and again, this is as a fan of him, and, I hate getting on the soapbox, but every time, it's like MVP, he performs really, and more recently, it's just last year and this year, wins in the wild card round, looks really good, beats one team, and then loses horribly and plays horribly versus the team to the next. Why can't you string back-to-back good performances together? If we're gonna call you the greatest quarterback of this generation outside of Patrick Mahomes, why don't you show up consistently in the playoffs? And I get it. We see the talent and we see the flash on the field. We see the 41 touchdowns and 4 interceptions this season. However, in the key game, you had a fumble and a very dumb interception. I don't know who you were throwing to, but that killed your momentum after the first drive. So then you had to work back, and you're not a team that plays well when you're coming from behind. Y'all never done that because y'all abandoned the run, which is the best thing that y'all can do. And then y'all didn't even run the ball in the first half. But then when you finally were like, hey, we have Derrick Henry back here, let's do it. So I'm blaming everybody. Like this was
everybody.
Listen, Lamar for
Enough
not
to go around.
Lamar for just selling in the first half, and Mark Andrews, you're not shifty. Why are you trying to make a move and then you fumble and then just the drop, man? That was just heartbreaking.
That was the snow.
Oh, it was the snow. Okay. Anyway, all right, man. We're not gonna talk. I'm about to get on you for the Lions thing. Hold on. But right now we're talking about Lamar. However, I think that they're too good of a team to constantly keep saying we beat ourselves. You know what team doesn't beat themselves and has won 3 Super Bowls? Kansas City. In fact, the only time that they beat themselves was versus Joe Burrow and when Mahomes was still a baby going against Tom Brady. Every other time, though, they show up. So, I don't know.
So, speaking of the Chiefs, so are you now going to go on the Chiefs bandwagon? Wait a minute. Don't answer that yet.
Bandwagon is crazy. Bandwagon is crazy. I'm a Lamar fan. I was never saying
Are you going to join? Are you going to join that light skinned boogeyman?
Not at all. Listen, if he has a chance to make history, shout out to him. But like, we gonna see.
All right, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. So, Diego, is the silver lining that Lamar will be there in person to get his third MVP?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tradition. He's got to be there in person to receive it. That's a professional thing to do. You got to be there to receive it.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Some people don't because they got another game to play, but Lamar doesn't have.
But
can't.
Lamar will be there.
He will definitely be there.
Okay.
As always.
He'll be there as always. Okay. All right. So Chris, Lamar, is he gonna be there to get this MVP
sure.
award?
Yep. Go have his nice suit on. Couple shades. Probably have the grills in. Doing his thing.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So is this a good or bad thing?
Man, listen. I was already mad with the second MVP losing to the AFC Championship, but having your what everybody's saying, like an all-time great quarterback season that we all witnessed, and we were all like, "This is the season. You're playing the best quarterback, you are having the best quarterback play you've had in your entire life."
Yeah.
And falls flat on your face. It's just like, okay, well, he's gonna get the award. Everybody's gonna be like, "Hey, yeah, Lamar," but I'm not even gonna talk about how I want them to play next year. Listen, this
is why again we told you behind. All right, that you shouldn't be worried about the MVP. Don't worry. You shouldn't even want the MVP award.
I wanted the Super Bowl MVP.
Man. It's a curse,
I said I wanted the Super Bowl MVP. But right about now, he ain't even close. He ain't even get past the second round.
Hey, and you already know what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, week 2. When we have our show and we're recapping week 1, I'm already starting the Lamar for MVP train.
It's a regular season award. Lamar's
it is a regular season award.
Player ever.
It is a regular season award. That's right.
And people are comparing his arc to Peyton Manning's, and maybe next year he'll finally break through and win one. But y'all, what are we doing? As Ravens fans, I don't know how real Ravens fans fully have hope, because I'm literally just a fan of one player. I just want him to do well.
So is he eligible?
No more MVPs.
Okay, so no more.
Cap it.
No matter what he does next year.
I don't care if he throws for 50 touchdowns and runs for 1,000 yards in one season. He should not win another MVP, because there's something about this award that prevents it. Hey, be hungry. Feel like you're snubbed. Don't feel like you deserve the award. Feel like you're snubbed. Maybe that'll put some fire under your tail. This is ridiculous.
I've got a hot take for you on this. All right. Now we're done beating up. We're done beating you up. So don't worry about that. We're done. You good sport. My dog. You know you're our guy. All right. But I got a hot take. So Harbaugh, okay? I don't think he's the right coach for this team. Now, he's too easygoing. Everything's okay. He doesn't quite clap it up like some of the other coaches, back in the day. But everything's positive. Everybody's patting Lamar on the back. They need the right fire. They need the right battery put in their back, so to speak. Okay. Now, it worked back in the day when they had Ray Lewis, because Ray Lewis was that fire, rah, look, let's get it together. Let's go out here, dominate. Harbaugh's not that kind of coach.
Yeah.
I actually feel, and I don't think he's the right coach for any other team but this coach, I think Deion Sanders would be the perfect coach for the Baltimore Ravens. He would bring that swagger in, and I think Lamar Jackson would have a whole different vibe going into the big game. And I think that's what would get them over the hump. I think Harbaugh is a fantastic coach, and I think he's a perfect coach for many teams, but I don't think he's the right coach for the Baltimore Ravens as currently constructed. And I don't think Deion's the right coach for the Cowboys, but I feel Deion Sanders would be the perfect coach for the Baltimore Ravens. I think he could actually get them over the hump.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
That was a great take. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah. I love to see that.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, hey, let's move on. We have so much to cover, and I don't know how we're going to do this in an hour, but we're going to do our best. So let's move on and talk about the Lions here. All right. Let me change the slide up. Okay. And we're going to bring our very own Bryanna on the show, who's going to be here in 2 weeks for our big show at Kings. Now, hey, this show at Kings is going to be fire. We've been announcing special guests left and right. I'm going to tell you right now. I've been talking to a lot of people that saying they're getting their tickets. We've already sold a lot of tickets. There's not a whole lot of spots left. If you don't get your ticket, this upcoming week, you are not going to be able to get into the show. And then you're going to be calling, you're going to be mad, or you're going to show up and try to get in, and you are not going to be able to get in. So get your ticket this upcoming week, or you will not be able to get in. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and bring on Bryanna. What's up?
Hi.
All right. How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. That did not sound convincing at all, Bryanna.
Yeah, just the Lions.
Yeah, Lions. That was a tough one.
Yeah.
That was a tough one. So hey, break it down for us. So tell us about the game and just what's your take on the Lions and their future. We'll go wherever you want to go with this one.
Okay, so first of all, I'm disappointed in them because they play way better than that. I feel like there's really no excuse because, like they've been playing good all season without a lot of their defensive players, and all of a sudden, this one game, it just all falls apart. And everyone's like, they're not good under pressure and everything, but they have been because they've been winning. And then this one game, they don't. And that makes me so mad. And Jared Goff threw picks, and then they gave it to Williams, and then he threw a pick. And, like, why are you trying to do that trick play when you're losing? Like, do that if you're winning. Like,
right.
And so all that. And then our coach is leaving, but I don't think that's going to be a problem because Dan Campbell's such a good head coach who turned around the Lions that we don't need them. And they're going to terrible teams anyway, so that's going to take years for them anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Now you will have to, so it'll be interesting when you play the Bears. And then you got, Ben Johnson right there. And we'll see how long it takes them to get things on the right track there, having him in the division. But we're going to talk about Glenn going to the Jets and the Jets hiring yet another defensive coordinator. So we'll definitely dive into that. But, do you think it was more injuries why they lost this game, or did the moment become too big for them? Or what side do you lean on right now with that?
I want to say injuries, but they've been doing so good already with all the injuries that they already do have. So I think it was too much, and they just couldn't get it done. I think they just folded under the pressure, but I'm hoping next year will be our year. I said that last year for this year, but, I'll say it every year because, the Cardinals, they're not anytime soon. So.
Nah, Cardinals, they're not definitely not doing it, no matter who they bring in. Well, let's get the takes of the fellas here. So, Diego, let's just kind of go with the last question. Was it injuries, or was the moment too big for the Lions last week?
I put that more on the injuries because in the regular season, like their Lions are a really talented team, but in the playoffs, the intensity just gets different. And the Commanders, they're a good team. So be without the injuries, be without the people they had, that was definitely an impact.
Okay.
Yes, I put that more on the injuries. And I mean, they went to the NFC Championship game last year.
They did. They
could have gone to the Super Bowl.
They could have. They kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the playoffs got very hot, very Commanderish.
Yeah.
So, you can argue either way with that, but love your take. Chris, what do you think? Is it more injuries, or did the moment seem a little too big for them?
Yeah, the moment seemed too big. And there's a rookie quarterback who somebody didn't want to hear from ever again, in the biggest moment, his biggest moment, going on the road in the Ford Field, mind you, with Terry McLaurin, wide receiver who everybody has forgotten about, De'Ami Brown, who nobody really rates, and Zach Ertz, in old man Zach Ertz. I just wanted to say that real quick before we blame that on injuries real quick, because the moment wasn't too big for that guy, but unfortunately for Jared Goff, it was a little big for him. I mean, the picks, just the fumble. I mean, Frankie Louvu did light him up though, so that was a little. I'm not gonna lie, that was a little dirty play by Louvu. I don't know why he led with the helmet. That was concerning during the game that they did throw a flag on that. If that was Mahomes, I'm just saying, some paratroopers would have came in and got that boy off the field. But I think that, he'd be out of here, out of the league. Yeah, no, they taking him out. Okay. But I do think that overall, when it comes to the Lions, I think the moment was a bit too big for them, and because they weren't used to winning, I think that kind of got to them. Because again, with the NFC Championship, so many of those games were that just they they got big. They doubled down on like, oh, we're going for it on 4th down. And in this
Mhm.
game, it's like we're not going to do that as much, and we're not going to stick to what
Yeah.
has like kept us there. Because if you watch some of the plays, Jahmyr Gibbs should have been like had the ball more
Yeah.
as well. So I think it was
He
like
definitely should have.
I think
had
everybody
the
was
ball-
like
had the
too
ball
big for the
more.
moment.
Yeah, they didn't look like themselves. I mean, injuries are clearly a point. I think two
Mhm.
things can be true here, but they just had a different look in
Yeah.
their eye, and I also attribute it to having both of your coordinators listed as being gone.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
when we look at the history, normally when there's that it team that has 2 hot coordinators and they're spending their time interviewing, clearly they've been having conversations because good gracious, was it what the next day Ben Johnson had the
Yeah.
job?
Monday he had a job.
You know what I'm saying? So, clearly their attention was elsewhere. And normally when you have that situation, the teams don't end up finishing the job.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They might not lose first round, but a lot of times they end up falling short because they're divided so much. So Bree, we'll get you out of here on this one. Then of course we'll bring you back for the ultimate discussion that we'll have a little later. But Coach Campbell, what did you think of his coaching on this past week? Was he as aggressive as he normally is?
No, they always go for it. And I don't know.
Mhm.
I think that one trick play with Williams, like that was a little aggressive, but it was not at the right moment or the right game for that one. So
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
sucked.
Yeah, I felt he was a little
Yeah, I don't know why J-Mo was throwing it though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't have had him
you
throwing it
can't.
at that
No,
moment.
he should
The
not.
man
Like,
is
nah.
literally a speedster. Just get him the ball, give
Yeah,
him some
like when he
daylight,
scored the
and
touchdown,
Right.
he got running. He was good.
Oh, we have a question on here as well. Okay, so Bryanna, there's a question for you. Let's see. How did you feel about some of those calls or non-calls when we watch them coddle Mahomes? Oh, yeah. So we're definitely going to get into that a little more. But I tell you what, yeah, go ahead and touch on that. But we have a whole segment on that as well. But anything you want to lead off with on that, Summer? I mean, Bree.
Not good. They need to stop, basically.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, we in that game. I mean, the Texans could have pulled that off.
I thought they would.
Texans, the
I
Texans
think
could have
Yeah.
pulled that off. And
Mhm.
those and again, a lot of Chiefs fans they'll argue, the total yards and total number of penalties. But with the Chiefs, it's not always about the number of penalties. It's when the penalty is
Yeah.
called. It's when it's 3rd down and the other team's about to get off the field.
Mhm.
It's the timeliness of those penalties is what plays into their favor so much. So yeah, key thing there. All right. Okay. And then Summer was talking about no calls on golf. Were there some no calls on golf?
The Frankie Louvu hit when he threw the interception.
Yeah. What's your take on that, Bree?
It is what it is at the end of the day because they're already out. So, like, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's just annoying as a Lions fan because we've been waiting for forever. And then they haven't done anything. So,
Okay. All right, cool, Bree. Well, we will see you a little later in the show as we make our picks. We'll see. Is anybody going to be on the island? Anybody going to take some of these pure green shots today? We're going to see. Here, we're going to find out. We also have an island hat here. So we're taking our island to another level. That's if somebody's on the island. We're going to see. Are y'all on the island? Anybody on the island?
No
today?
idea, but
We'll see.
Okay, we'll see. You have to keep watching to see if anybody's on the island. All right. Okay, Bree. We'll see you in a little bit. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, hey, let's keep it rolling. Let's get into this coaching carousel, guys. All right. So the Jets continue to hire defensive coordinators.
Yeah.
I believe 8 out of their last 9 coaches have been defensive coordinators. And the Jets have not really had any winning in a long time. So, you would think that it may want to switch it up.
Yeah.
But
Nope.
that does not seem to be the case. Now, Aaron Glenn, he has a history with the Jets, played for them, actually wants to coach there. So maybe that led into the decision. But Diego, what's your take on this, man?
I just think they should stop. Like I mean, like you've always gone the defensive coordinator, and then the offense has always been bad because they don't know how to. Well, a lot of defensive coordinators can't really know how to coach. Don't really know how to coach the offense as good,
Right.
and that just caused them not to be able to win because you need to put points on the board to win. And yeah, I just don't know why they don't switch it up, especially with Aaron Rodgers being there. Like you would think that he would want to bring an offensive guy in, but I guess not. I mean, never know with the Jets.
You would think so. What do you think, Chris?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers did bring his best buddy Nathaniel Hackett, and we saw how he played this year. When how the team was when they didn't have him, and then when they had him this year. So I don't even. Yeah, I just think that the Jets, it is perpetual ineptitude, and then when your team is run by your quarterback, who unfortunately, unlike a LeBron James, can like actively like help and like help like with the roster of a team, it causes some issues. I mean, you got your best wide receiver, and I love Devontae Adams. So I'm sorry, Garrett Wilson was balling this year. You have your best wide receiver in trade rumors. You hire a defensive coordinator who just let up 48 points, and again, Aaron Glenn was making it work. He was making it work up until the Commanders game. I'm not going to discount that, but I think that you got to get somebody. You got to get a wonder kid, and hopefully Aaron Glenn just sticks to being like a culture guy, like his predecessor, like how he was with like Dan Campbell, and he's like motivating the troops, and he has a bunch of good defensive pieces to work with down in New York.
He does,
but until that offense gets on track, especially in a division with the Dolphins, with the Patriots, who now have Vrabel and have actually like a promising rookie quarterback, then having to face Josh Allen. You got to do something. So hopefully Aaron Glenn hires that like next offensive coordinator wonderkin or whoever. But we'll see. I always root for black head coaches, but it's a daunting task with the mess that is known as the New York Jets.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. Diego, do you give him more than a year?
Nah, no, definitely not. This may even be an in-season fire.
Wow,
I'm not confident at all.
You think so? Really?
I think it's possible. Definitely no more than 1 year. And it's not even. It's probably not even going to be his fault. It's just because of it's just because the league needs more offense head coaches. That's what That's what wins.
Yeah.
And the Jets, if they don't have a good offense, they're just not going to win.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I see 2 years at the maximum. He definitely could be a casualty, just like the Raiders coach was, and a lot of other coaches that take over these. Lovey and everything like that. So yeah, I don't see him lasting more than 2 years at most. But they're gonna have to win. They're probably gonna have to win at least 6 games in order for him to be there more than a year. If he wins 6, because they went 4 this year, 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah. 4 or 5 for the Hall of Fame quarterback,
right? For the Hall of Fame
quarterback.
So he'll have to at least win 6, and that may be difficult.
It may be. And Aaron Rodgers, I doubt he's getting any better at this point in his career.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Okay, well, we're gonna let's keep the graphic here, but we're gonna stay on the coaching for a little bit. So next, Pete Carroll. Okay, we got breaking news with Pete Carroll. He's just signed with the Raiders. What's your take on this, Diego?
I mean, I don't really know how he's gonna help them while they're currently constructed, because they just got so many problems. It's more than the coaching right now. I think they're just gonna have to build the team up build the team up a little more, and just to get a little better.
Okay, what's your quick take on this one?
Yeah, I just think that Pete Carroll, I mean, Hall of Fame coach, great division, but it really doesn't move me like this much right now with the Raiders. Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, they have so many holes. I mean, they can bring Lombardi in for that team. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to do anything with the Raiders at this point. I'm more curious to see, do they make any draft moves to try to get Shador and whatnot? I mean, that's the bigger question right now. But I love Pete Carroll as a coach. But again, another defensive guy, the offense is awful. What can he really do with that team? I don't know what anybody can do with the Raiders right now. And then the last coaching topic before we move on, talk a little bit of NBA before we get to the NFC and AFC championship game. The Cowboys just interviewed. You can keep it there. The Cowboys just interviewed Coach Schottenheimer. What's up with
Who
that?
is Coach Schottenheimer?
We heard all the. So wasn't he the current coordinator?
He was a coordinator for somebody.
Oh, he's a coordinator for the Cowboys.
Somebody else.
Yeah, he was a coordinator for someone else. But
I mean, that's really a big nothing right there for me.
Yeah,
I think Ben Johnson was the guy.
He was the guy.
But hey, if they make a low key, just kind of hire like that, maybe it's a good thing. Just kind of take the attention off of them. They just kind of build.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's been so much discussion about Deion Sanders. They got the fan base excited. Deion. Even the people close to Deion, it seemed like they knew something. Looked like he was going to go there. Now that's calming down. We're not hearing much more about that. And now they interview Coach Schottenheimer. I feel like they bring him in. It's going to be a huge letdown for Cowboy Nation.
The fans.
I mean,
they hyped it up so much.
They might as well have kept McCarthy
Yeah.
if they were going to do that. You pretty much in line with that, Chris?
Yeah, because I think that people forget that, like, Mike McCarthy, regardless of how you feel about him, like, he coached the Packers to, like, 8 straight division titles, and then on top of that, like, the Cowboys, like, went to the playoffs a couple times. Now, did they perform well? Is that on his coaching, or is it on Dak Prescott underperforming? Well, we also got to think about that as well. So I think that just for the Cowboys and, like, just how this whole fan base is, like, Schottenheimer is a letdown, but I think that I don't know what Jerry can do until Jerry Jones gets out of his own way. Because again, if he just wants to be the GM and not the like voice box, like pulling every little string, he just needs to stick to drafting because that's the only thing he's still good at.
Yeah.
Everything else, it's kind of just be the GM and basically like making them marketable. That's all he should do. Everything else, just leave to the coaches, please, because this is crazy.
All right. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Well, let's get to a little bit of NBA. All right. So we can just go to the logo on this one. Let's talk Diego, man. Let's mess with you a little bit. We messed with Chris to start the show off with his Ravens, and we're going to come back to you on your Lakers, though. So we're not done with you, Chris. Okay. The love is not going anywhere. But Diego, I believe you said on this show a couple of months ago that the Warriors were going to be, what was that, 5th seed, he said? Chris, do you think that was about what he said?
Yeah.
5th seed. And, Steph Curry, still had so much in the tank. And, oh, man, they got Buddy Hield. And, they got rid of Clay because Clay was holding them back so much. And, oh, man, they just, poised to have a great regular season. And now they are just trash. They look terrible.
We're not trash. We're just mid. We're just really, really mid.
I mean, when y'all are the greatest dynasty of all time, going to mid is kind of crazy for that fan base.
It's mainly it's all Draymond's fault because ever since he punched Jordan Poole, we were about to make a second dynasty, but then he punched Jordan Poole, and then that ruined it.
I'm not gonna lie, like needing like a third scorer outside of another scorer outside of Steph is definitely what you need for that team, and he was the best at it. Now, was he good on defense? No. So, not a lot, but he always hits like momentum swinging shots, and that's what Jordan Poole did.
Okay.
And you got the guy who's telling him, "Hey, get over it" on social media.
For real.
After he punched him in the face, which I don't know if you saw the internet that day after you punched him, but I would get over it either. It would forever be smoking you.
He's Superman punch.
Yeah, man. You lead all the way into it. Yeah, all the way into that punch. Man. But yeah, I don't know. I hope that for the Warriors' sake, Steph needs to just start riding off into the sunset, man. It's not looking good. And again, the worst thing to be in any sports league is be in the middle. Like you either got to be trash to get good picks or be competing for championships. And unfortunately, I don't think the Warriors can do that.
So Diego, do the Warriors go ahead and sign Steph Curry to a nice, 3-4 year max extension? Do you think that's the solution to this?
Steph might have to just retire. I'm sorry. I don't want to see him go out like this.
Hey,
man.
Your mom might be watching, so she may have a problem with that.
I'm sorry, but it's just bad. Like we're just a bad situation right now.
Okay,
we're too mid. Something just needs to change. We just got to make a big move or just start rebuilding and start over.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, All right, well, let's move on to the Lakers. All right.
Bronny and the
Actual fifth
Lakers.
seed, actually, before we start the roasting session, still the 5 seed, so good take.
Okay. Well, but however,
It's all
what
because of
we want
Bronny.
to talk about as far as the Lakers go is that AD, okay, street clothes. He recently said in the news that they need a center. Of course, they need more help.
Center.
All right. Yeah. Interesting.
he hates
Thought
playing
he was a
wow.
center. But they need some help. They need a center. They always this time of year are complaining about the roster and want to mortgage the future. That's one thing. I'll give Steph Curry props to where he doesn't want to necessarily mortgage the future to get a mid player and advance to the second round. Okay, so I give him props for that. But the Lakers purely don't care about that. They'll mortgage at least, well, not the ownership, but AD and LeBron, they don't care about the future at all. They'll mortgage it just to advance another round and not sniff a title.
True.
What's your thoughts on the Lakers with that, man?
Yeah, my thing is, we've been saying we need a center for a minute, and my whole thing is just because AD's like doesn't want to bang with like the better like bigs in the league. He's tired of defending him, and he just wants to like do his like help defender stuff. And I get that, and we should have signed a center before, but at this point, I mean, we're the 5th seed. LeBron is still performing at like a decent level. I'm not That's the thing. Again, we're like a higher form of mid, I guess. Like it's like we're on the like higher end of the spectrum of being mid, where it's like, hey, we look good. We look good most nights, but then like we still need a little bit of help. Yes, we're currently better at being mid than Golden State. And listen, I see those young boys in OKC. I'm sorry. I have no idea how. I have no idea how we're going to beat them. So I just think that as a Lakers fan, like, hey, like, let's try to make a trade for, the guy LeBron dunked on, Valanciunas. He's always been a solid, dependable center. But, first and second round exit, I'm not ready to. I'm not seeing too much of LeBron getting his 5th ring. That chance was 2 years ago. Then we got swept by the Nuggets. So you know what? It'll be fine. It's fine.
You know what I think? I think AD should start playing center because he's 7 feet tall. He averages 26 and 10 is one of the best defenders in the league. So just play center, dude. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, his whole thing is him. Y'all keep calling him street clothes, but him actively like banging, like going up against real centers.
Right,
it's not gonna be good. He gonna be in street clothes even more. So
that's his fault.
That is his fault. I'm not saying that his effort isn't his
like
fault.
that, man.
No, he can't. He's supposed to be from the Shy. Come on, man. You can't represent Chicago like that and not want to bang, man. That's what we're known for. You know what I'm saying? We're known for being tough and hard and all that. Come on, man. Come on, go down there and bang and lead your team to a title. And there's the other thing. Are they both making an all-star team again? LeBron and AD?
I think they're both starters.
I think
both starters.
I think Jokic is starting. It's LeBron, KD,
I think
Steph,
are
and
they
Shaq.
putting AD at power forward?
Jokic.
Okay.
No, it's LeBron, Steph, KD, Jokic, and
right. But they're both there. So
they're both going to be there because it's the Lakers and Anthony Davis and LeBron are. But again, it's crazy that we have 2 all-stars and then the fans of the team are like, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna make the playoffs. I don't know if we're gonna be playing team again. And it's just the championship in the bubble. That's kind of been our whole story. We have 2 very great all-stars who on any night look like the best players in the NBA.
Right.
And then our supporting cast just doesn't come to snuff.
I'm like,
so it'll be okay.
But you have 2 all-stars. It's on you.
Yeah,
you guys are what makes the team go.
Exactly. It's on them. And I'm tired. If you ask anybody, they will swear up and down that AD is having a great year. All right. But if he's having such a great year, why are they so mid? I don't understand.
Our bench and roster construction, and we just don't have good.
God,
we don't have. That's on us. That is on the front office, and that's also on LeBron and AD. Just having some nights where they're like not on, and some nights where they look like the best players in the world. It's very frustrating. I know when you see a team like OKC with all these like very young complementary players, and then they have one all-star, but they have so many complementary pieces to said all-star. Boston possibly has 2 like great perennial all-stars and pieces around them that can complement them. We just have 2 all-stars. That's it. We have 2 all-stars and Austin Reeves when he wants to turn up. That's it.
I guarantee you, outside of Chet in SGA.
Yeah.
You put anybody on OKC on the Lakers, and mid-season they'll be crying, talking about they don't have any help.
Give us Jalen Williams, and I'll be cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Or Isaiah Hartenstein. Give us Isaiah Hartenstein.
Not
We
Jalen
still
Williams.
be nice.
Jalen Williams, SGA, Chet. They're their own category.
Okay.
But everyone else.
Give us Isaiah Hartenstein. We won a championship with Caruso. What are we talking about here?
Not now.
Not now, because nobody else is. The whole thing with that bubble team is there was a perfect roster. There was a point guard in Rondo who could like take the pressure off of us. There was Dwight Howard, who was an actual center. Like there was so many like
the what team?
The bubble team?
Okay, now we ain't even get into a bubble discussion on this. All right,
I'm already better on the radio. You said it.
We're not going there. We're not going there. We're not going there. We're not going there.
We didn't say it. All right, I got one more topic before we move on to the NFC Championship game, and this is not even part of the script here, but it's something that just hit me that I want to talk about. LaMelo Ball. All right, so this is off the cuff. I think he is one of the most overrated players to ever play sport. What's y'all's take on LaMelo, and why is he on the All-Star team shooting 42% from the field?
I mean, I like LaMelo. Plays for the Hornets. I mean, hometown team. I like him. He's a cool guy, but it's just it's just the field goal percentage, man. He just jacks up a bunch of shots. That's the only thing.
He's jacking from half court off of one leg, and he makes 2 of them.
He's a great player, but it's just, he just takes so many shots. Like if you put anyone on that team taking that many shots, they should be averaging 30 and whatever else they average.
Yes, if I took as many shots as him, I average at least 25.
I take that many shots. I'm averaging 50.
Diego. But anyway, he's just Mr. Highlight Reel. Like, when a player like, gets all the hype because of everything he can do, just, I feel like with him and sometimes like we see like it's more about their highlights and the crazy stuff that they can do more so than their actual like helping the team. And actually it's weird with Memphis because Ja can be injured and that team still like trucks along for some reason. And also Jaren Jackson is another person who I believe should be an all-star this year because of how well he's been playing for the Grizzlies.
In
the absence of Ja. But for LaMelo, it's just it's Mr. Highlight Reel. And you got the NBA is having their viewership issues, so might as well have one of the most talked about guys make the All-Star team.
I guess, it's all about that because now Ja had no problem. Ja does his thing. He's led them to playoffs and all of that. But
I'm just mostly talking about like the mess that he gets in, despite like all the highlights that he does.
Right.
That's where some of my issue with that.
Melo's just taking advantage of being on a bad team, I think.
Yes, he is. He
shots.
definitely is getting his shots up for real. All right. Okay, well, let's get into the NFC and AFC championship games. Let's make these picks. Let's see, is anybody going to be on an island? We can't have anybody on an island with NFC and AFC championship, can we?
I'm scared.
Oh, man, it's going to be interesting. These shots just might go to waste. These healthy, pure green shots, we'll see. So we got Heartbeat here. We've got Blue Biotic here. We've got Turmeric, and we have the Green Boost. All right, so we're going to see which one of these we take. And we also have a hat here. Is it going to go to waste? Who knows? Commanders versus Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles are a 6-point favorite at home. Oh, boy. Saquon, Jalen Hurts, the whole crew. We got our guys. He going to be reading books. AJ Brown. We're going to see what we have. But before we dig into this, we cannot start this without Bree. Let's bring Bree back. Bryanna, what's up?
Hi again.
All right. Hey. Okay, so let's get into the main event here. Let's get into these games. Diego, let's go ahead and start with you. Give us your take on the game and then maybe just end it off with your pick.
The Eagles, they're at home. I mean, they got loaded team, but guess what? I'm going with Jaden Daniels. I'm going with the Commanders.
What?
Yep, I'm going with them. They impressed me a lot with the win against the Lions. And I'm just going with them. If you watch the Eagles game, they were Jalen Hurts and Saquon. They look like they got banged up in that game. They got some O linemen that have been injured, and I just think the wear and tear is gonna show in this next game. They're gonna be playing tired. And Jaden Daniels, he's got the poise. And I hate
does
that
have
he's
the
still in the
poise.
playoffs, but still, I'm gonna go with it.
Okay, you got that hate out of your heart.
That is.
I don't know if I'd say
got that
but
hate out of your heart. The
You
smile.
it is what it is.
So now that
The smile is
smile.
way to another round.
So now that smile, because again, the smile, you love the Jaden Daniels smile if you're rooting for him, and you hate it if you're going against him. It's the most aggravating thing in the world if you're going against him. Now, this is something we noticed in the Ravens game. There were a few times when your boy Lamar was trying to do the Jaden Daniels smile, and it didn't quite come off. It didn't. It had more of a nervous tone to it. It didn't quite look the same.
Yeah, he was shaking out.
Yeah, it didn't look the same. But anyway, we're not going. I'm sorry. We didn't. I don't
No,
know why
I
you brought
deserve
that up.
this episode. I was. If I could dish it out, I could take it. Hey, I was talking spicy with the 1-3 stuff on the Island games.
He's 1-3. You can't.
Oh no, the 0-3 on the Island games. Yeah. Remember when that happened? But anyway, I'm actually going with the Commanders because and Diego. I'm surprised, bro. Like, dude, like the hate was at an all-time high. Like I've seen your vitriol for CJ over the months, but Jaden, like that
CJ out. That's the main thing.
Oh, so it was just like you wanted to get CJ out, that you actually respect like a dude who's actually hooping and like going into like road territories.
CJ is overrated.
Yeah, got you. So Jaden's not overrated. I just want to hear that real quick before I finish talking about my pick.
Jaden is the real deal. He's not overrated right now.
All right, thank you. Just needed that. All right, now for me, I think that. Just seeing how special Jaden is and just how calm, and the moment's not too big for him. I don't think this whole season, it seems like every single moment where regular rookie quarterbacks would fold or, just not play at their best, he's gone above and beyond. And because, just for my auntie Ethel, like just kind of like always supporting her and like everything that she did for me when I was a little kid. Seeing her team, go this far, it's been really cool. So shout out to Jaden Daniels. Hopefully you win this one, bro. And I don't know if I'll be lucky if y'all win the Super Bowl, which would be crazy.
Yeah,
that would be a daunting task. But let's see it. Let's see what Jaden Daniels does.
Okay, all right, man. Okay, all right. So 2 for the Commanders. Commanders on the road, 6-point underdog. Are you guys are you all a little prisoner of the moment a little bit here, or
I mean, the Detroit wouldn't move me. Like regardless of how that defense played, like that team was 15-2. It was way better on paper than. I'm sorry, Bryanna. I don't want to hurt you right now, but like way better on paper than the Commanders.
Yeah.
So,
okay. All right. Okay. All right. Wow. All right, Bree. We're gonna give it to you. Take on the game, pick however you want to take this.
Yeah, so normally I'd go against the team that beat my team, but that's not the smart thing to do. So I'm picking the Commanders just because I like what Jaden Daniels has done for the Commanders. I feel like they haven't been good a lot since I've been alive, at least. They haven't been really good that I remember, at least. So, and I feel like him and Zach Ertz are really just a dynamic duo right now. I feel like they're just doing really well. So I think the Commanders are going to beat the Eagles despite them being the underdog and them being away. So I'm excited to see how that game is, though, because he's a rookie. Not like he's just good. So I want to hate, but I can't. So.
Well, yeah. Now, props to you. Yeah, because typically, when that happens, you then develop hate for that quarterback and that team and go against them. But no, that's very big of you.
Yeah, I just can't do it. I just can't. I want to, but I can't.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Nice. Wow. Man, so Commanders. 3 for the Commanders. Nobody's taking the favorite Eagles at all.
Let's see.
Nope. No one.
Let's see.
No one.
No, we don't like the Eagles.
Let's see it.
Man,
get him out of here.
Man, this is wild. So y'all just gonna give this one to me.
Yeah.
Let me see, man. Am I gonna? Oh, wow. Well, you know what? Let's talk about. Let me analyze this game first before I make my pick because I'm still on the fence. I don't know which way I'm going quite yet. So with this game, the Eagles versus the Commanders. This reminds me a lot of years past. So we've never seen a rookie quarterback. Rookie quarterbacks never even gotten to the Super Bowl,
Never
right?
started. No.
Really?
Right. Okay. All right. Because Brady, that was his second year, technically. Okay, that's one. Two, nobody thought the Commanders were not. They had no shot of going to the Super Bowl for sure. Not even really to this level. Nobody would have had them going here.
I don't know if they're in the division. Everybody said.
But they remind me. Well, however, we all see that they are a good team. So there's no debate on if they're a good team or not. They're realizing how good they are. Everyone's kind of starting to get on the bandwagon of how good this team is. And it reminds me a lot of Detroit last year. How, they came into, the playoffs. People saw potential in them, but then after the first or second round, then people started to get on the Detroit train. And then it looked like halfway through, 3/4 through that game against the Niners that they were actually going to do it. And then something happened and they didn't do it. Well, you know what, man? Go on and cue it up, man. I'm going to go ahead. And go on the island. I'm going to go on the island, man.
Right.
Cue it up. Let's go. Woo, here we go. Go on and man. Hold on. Get the camera. Take this whole, y'all can see me really take this to the head. There's the Pure Green Island pick of the day. The green boost. Got kale, spinach, apple, cucumber, mint, everything. Oh man, I'll be so healthy drinking this. Here we go. Woo! Oh boy. Oh man, yeah. The green, and it just fits for the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, I'm taking Saquon. Saquon's gonna run for 220 yards in this game. And yeah, they're gonna get the win.
That's not really specific.
We're shutting that down.
I say the Eagles are gonna win this game by 7. 7 points. They're gonna win this game. Yeah, and so y'all, your hearts are gonna get snatched out of your chest. I'm sorry to say, the Commanders are gonna start off well. They're gonna start off hot. Jaden Daniels is gonna be smiling. He's gonna have that smile. He's gonna look like he has it all under control. And then all of a sudden, things are gonna turn right at the end. There's gonna be a fluky play. You're gonna look and say, "Oh man, they should have won. They had it. They blew it." And the Eagles are gonna go on to the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna be right about this game, and I'm gonna be up on y'all, man. So that's how this one's gonna go, man. I'm sorry to break it to y'all.
We'll see.
Yeah, we've been doing great so far. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like we've been killing it. Like me, Bryanna, and Diego have been whooping feet at this point.
Yeah,
like, we'll see. We'll see.
So I'm not even gonna say America because we're a global show. So world, okay, y'all have Commanders. Your boys got the Eagles. Jack C. All y'all, yeah. All my Philly people know what's up.
Shout out to Shivan and Kingston, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm rocking with them this week.
They're the resident Commander fans of Pick'em Pros. All right, okay, cool. Well, let's move on to the next one. Let's go. You take the island hat off, and let's move on to the Kansas City Chiefs. Here we go. Are we gonna have an island on this one? Oh, let's see. Is it gonna be? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the hat down here. Put the hat down here. Let me get the shots ready. Okay, here we go. So let's go to the Kansas City Chiefs. Buffalo Bills. So before we get too deep into this, before we get to picks, don't worry about picks just yet. Let's just talk about last week a little bit. Okay. This theme continues, man. What's up with the refs and Kansas City? Were the Texans robbed last week in that game? What's up?
I mean, CJ just wasn't gonna win. I mean, he's just
Oh my gosh.
They just weren't gonna. They had no shot. But the refs, they did have some conflicting calls during that game. But yeah, but I think in this next round, I think the Bills got it. I'm going with the Bills.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. We'll get to our picks in a little bit. You're making your pick too early, man. We're just talking about the refs right now, but that's okay. That's okay. You still have a chance to alter your pick. Okay. You still have a chance here. All right. Okay. Looks like we got some more Commander. Okay. Mashika and Trey. All right, I happened to catch that out of the corner of my eye. We got some more Commanders fans. Shout out to them. And then Dwayne, hold on. Washington will win, and Taylor Swift food and drink order is ready at the Super Bowl. My prediction. Okay. All right. Okay, Dwayne. Uncle Dwayne, my brother. What's up, man? All right. Much love. Okay. So then, okay, we're staying on the refs here. We're not making our picks just yet, but that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. Chris, man,
Lamar was doing a lot of that, by the way. Anyway, with the refs, there was just some crazy calls. I mean, we all saw like the late slide that Mahomes had, the two Texans running into each other, and they called roughing the passer on that, which the quarterback is turning into a runner at that moment, and you know he did choose to slide late, and you obviously see the players run into each other, and then I love seeing Troy Aikman and Joe Buck not even waver on that. They were like, okay, nah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And that's something I love to see
Yes.
from the NFL. Because there's more people be like, okay, come on now. This is getting ridiculous. And then even when Mahomes flopped out of bounds, they were like, yeah, no, this can't even exist in our game. I love that. I've never heard, you hear Tony Romo, all of a sudden it's like, oh, they shouldn't even breathe near Mahomes. So I appreciate them for that. But yeah, man, I don't think the Texans had it just because of how poor that offensive line played, and the 8 sacks. And I understand as Panthers fans, we know that when you have a bad offensive line, you're not going to win anything. So I just
Pro Bowler on their O line.
So hold on. I did catch another. I know I said we don't see comments, but I'm catching these out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, Summer, you knew where I was going with that. So Johnny O, who's going to be on our live show at Kings from Whole Shot, said, if the Bills make it, oh my gosh. He said if the Bills make it to the Super Bowl and they win, he'll jump through a table at the next Kings live show.
Yes, sir.
So Johnny, hold on. No, that's not good enough. If they just make it, because this is the pre-Super Bowl show. All right. So we won't know if they win. And then March Madness show, that's like 5 weeks after. So then it'll lose its luster. So no, if the Bills make it to the Super Bowl, then you need to jump through a table at the King show. We need to see that. All right, we need to see that, man. All right, okay.
Let's get the table.
See, Summer, it's gonna be wild here. It's gonna be wild. It ought to be good. Yeah. Okay. So Bree, it's gonna be crazy. Tell us, you have been on this ref train for a while here. What's your take on what happened?
It's always the refs helping out the Chiefs. I don't know why, but they're making it the next Patriots and Cowboys. They're making the Chiefs like that, and it's really annoying because Mahomes is good, but all the treatment that he gets from the refs, it makes me not like him at all. Like that whole team. Those two players literally hit each other, and you can clearly see that. And that's just insane to me to call those calls at every game too. So it's not just with the Texans, but it's just annoying. And you guys know my passion for hitting the Chiefs. So it just is really annoying when they always do those calls, because it's like, maybe do that to another team for once.
Right.
Maybe do it against them, and then they can see. It's just annoying. But I don't know if the Texans would have won that one either way. But I feel like a lot of the calls that they did have against them, I think that definitely benefited to their loss. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that was unfortunate, because I would have liked to seen that game go down to the wire and see what would have truly happened in that game. So we were kind of robbed. We were robbed from that. For sure. We were definitely robbed of that. So Bree, I'll tell you what, let's see. Are we ready to go into these picks and go ahead and officially pick this game?
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh man. So we'll go in. Let's see what kind of order we're gonna go in. Diego, we'll start with you. We typically have been starting with you. You already kind of told us.
I might have changed my mind. We gotta
okay.
see.
All right. Well, go ahead. Give us.
Yeah.
give us your take.
The Chiefs, of course, they're Arrowhead Invitational. They only lost to Joe Burrow and Tom Brady in these games. Mahomes has, but I'm going with the Bills.
Okay.
I think this is a different year. They got a good running game. Josh Allen playing at MVP level, and they were the only team beat beat Mahomes in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just think they're the only team that's got what it takes right now. So I'm going with them.
Okay. All right. We're gonna put you on ice, Chris. We're not gonna come to you just yet. We're gonna come back around. We're gonna switch it up here. All right, on Pick'em Pros. And Bryanna, we're gonna go to you next. Okay? Go ahead and give us your take.
So with my Chief hating, I could never pick the Chiefs ever because I just have faith that the Bills will beat them because I feel like that's the only team that can beat them because they already have before. So I think it will be good to watch the Chiefs lose. So I'm really excited for that.
All right. Oh man, that's two. Are we? There is no way we're gonna have two island games here. There is no way that's gonna happen. All right, no way. So let's see here. Okay. So Chris, we're gonna go to you next, man. The suspense is building. We got two on the side of the Bills. Nobody's picking the Chiefs, who have the refs on their side and a chance to make history with the three-peat. So who are you going with, Chris?
I'm going with the Chiefs because it's just, I mean, it's history at this point. Like, what are we doing, y'all? So it's not like every single time in the regular season where the Bills have won and they match up with the Chiefs in the playoffs, what happens? Either in some horrible, unexpected fashion, they lose to the Chiefs. It was the field goal. It was, the 13 seconds. Like, it was a missed field goal, and then it was 13 seconds last year. Like, not last year, 2 years ago. And then it's just, I've seen this movie play out too many times. Like, when they had an arguably better, well, I wouldn't say better team, but when they had they had Stephon Diggs and they had the same defensive pieces, they still couldn't get the job done. So now we're relying on James Cook in a running game, and all of a sudden Sean McDermott not getting the yips and out coaching, and all of a sudden forgetting how to coach because that whole DeMar Hamlin punt, fake punt thing, that was stupid. We gotta hope he doesn't do that again. So what are we doing here, y'all? Are we not gonna see Kansas City do the thing that I've always seen Kansas City do? If I am alone on this, I think it'll be hilarious because I'm like, this is kind of obvious. But hey, we'll see.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious for the Lamar Jackson man to be on an island with Patrick Mahomes. Oh, how wild would that be? How wild would that be?
Hey, you thinking of Jordan? It's inevitable at this point. This ain't Jordan. Shoot. Let's get off the Titanic with the
last year.
Let's see. Let's see the
Titanic go down. It's gonna happen, y'all. It's happening.
Well. All right. We got the Chiefs are what are they?
Dynasty.
2-point favorite here. So man, Buffalo Bills. So Josh Allen went there, almost beat them before. Okay. I think Tyreek Hill was the difference.
They had Tyreek Hill. They don't have him now.
They had Tyreek.
They had wide receivers who couldn't catch and still beat them. Please, guys, what are we doing?
Yeah.
That was different though. That's a different.
What do you mean that was different? They had wide receivers who couldn't catch a ball.
So look, I've been saying again and again, I was ahead of the curve. All right. Yeah. Months ago, I told you guys, Josh Allen was the MVP. Okay. I think I was proven right about that. Months ago, I said Buffalo Bills were the best team in the AFC. All right. I was right about that. Now, last week, I had to do the good old Diego Memorial here. Okay. And pick against them just for the jinx. All right.
Yeah.
And it showed just how strong my power is. You know what I mean? See, I'm a made man in this game. All right. This Pick'em Pro game. I'm a made man. The inaugural season I won, so I can pretty much do whatever I want without any repercussions. Okay.
Mr. 2 and 7.
So now, all right, I don't have to do any trickery. All right, I don't have to do any of that. All right, we don't have to do a reverse. We don't have to do a Ben Johnson, have the receiver throw the ball. I don't have to do any of that. I can just run it straight up the middle. All right, and tell you what's going to happen. So now I'm going to go ahead and give you my pick. I'm going to go ahead and take the Buffalo Bills.
All right.
Yay,
Buffalo
good
Bills.
pick.
So, we got a whole lot here. So, we got the island hat. So, Chris, you are on the island with your Kansas City Chiefs
I dare
and
not.
your
Hey.
Mr. Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, well,
So here
Patrick Mahomes.
is the
cheaters.
island hat, sir. Okay, the island man. Yes, Chris is on the island
proudly
With
'cause,
his
yo,
cheaters.
God, what are we doing here? What are
with
we?
the cheaters.
Yo.
I'm not with the cheaters, guys.
With the cheaters. They
Thinking
cheat.
just because this is logical. All right, all right, y'all taking this shot.
We got to come back. All right, we're
Hey.
back.
All right.
All right, the Pure Green Island shot.
Will, this is a sad Will. And there was pepper. Yeah, sorry, got a little pepper in the throat. I'm good now. I'm good, y'all. Guys, listen. If I ever load on this island, I would just text all of you and be like, "Y'all, come on, y'all! Like, we got to see the writing on the wall at some point." And if y'all think that Roger Goodell and the NFL aren't gonna at least want their team that like literally has brought them so many viewers because of somebody's dating Taylor Swift in their biggest moment with a chance to three-peat. We don't think that's gonna happen. All right, y'all. I'll let y'all be delusional and believe that. I'm sticking in reality at this point because I was delusional over Lamar. I refuse to be delusional with this Chiefs doing their thing again.
Josh's time.
It's Josh's time. Josh Allen.
Yep.
That man, the man's man, is going to show up.
Yeah.
Go up in there. He's not tripping off the cold because it's way colder in Buffalo than it is in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And my God, what's his name that shows up barefoot?
Hodges, I think it's his
Hollins.
name. Hollins.
He's going to show up barefoot, have the island shirt on, open, out. Man, he might even be shirtless walking up in there. So, yeah, man, Buffalo Bills, baby.
All righty. Well, guys, welcome to the inevitable. Hey, y'all. If I will be happy if y'all are right, but unfortunately, I see Kansas City in, high leverage moments, and this is at their house yet again, and it took a miracle both times for them to lose an Arrowhead. So if y'all want to know, if y'all think another miracle will happen, there's statistical proof that it won't. With everything that we're seeing, I will let y'all rock. But again, I'm happy on this island, my team's in Cancun, so or another island. So they're cool. I'm already used to this temperature, so we'll be okay. Okay.
Cool. Well, hey man, think that. Bree, we will see you in 2 weeks. We are super excited. Can't wait for that. Mashika said, Diego, you make Mashika proud for the Commanders. So shout out to really all of y'all except me. So Mashika, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me for going with the Eagles. I got a package coming your way. So we got some goods coming your way. So don't be mad at me. All right. This is just business. All right. This is not personal in this Pick'em Pro game. But all right, Bree, we'll see you in 2 weeks. You can't wait, okay?
Yeah, see you then.
All right, see you then. So, all right, fellas. Well, man, hey, great show.
Great show.
That's our time. We're gonna take next week off, although we'll have tons of posts. Check us out on IG, even here on YouTube. Check us out all platforms as we will be recapping the game. We'll have a lot of short little clips that we'll be pulling out. You'll be hearing about my 2-0 week as it is going to be the Eagles and Bills in the Super Bowl. You can count on that. Book it. We all know that's going to happen. Isn't that right, guys?
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope.
Commanders. Chiefs Commanders.
With Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. Let's see the fighting Jaden Daniels versus the refs. So let's see it, y'all. And yeah. All right. Well, good show. And Lamar, hey, in the same weather hemisphere as you are right now, bro. So great season, but it's over.
Chris is on the island. Who was there? Chris is on the island with the Chiefs, man. This is great. This is great. All right, man. Well, all right. Let's go ahead and sign on out of here. We'll see you on 2 weeks. Get your tickets right now. Go to thepickempros.com. Thepickempros.com. Get your tickets for our King show. $30 for adults, $20 for kids. Doors open at 6:30. There's food all night long. Our show will be 7 to 8:30. Then there's bowling there's bowling the whole time. You can bowl during the whole show. Afterwards, we're having an after party. We're filming a video for our Pick 'em Pro song. Tavares Jordan and Chuck Global, the creators of our song, will be there. We're filming a video for that. Got great guests. We've got Marquise Williams, a former quarterback of the UNC Tar Heels, will be in the building. A lot of folks, more guests to come. You do not want to miss it. So go ahead and get your tickets now. Like I said, you've got to get them over the next week, because if you don't, they are going to sell out. We only have a number of spots available because we are in the private Royal Room in the back. All right. Okay. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Let's get on out of here. Until then, Pick 'em Pros. Later. Love y'all. See you 2 weeks.
Tavares Jordan.